Hello, everybody. We are back with Virtual Skid in Virtual Skid Land, and we're here for the Iwade Garage Virtual Skid 12. It's one that we've been asked for a long time. Even the virtual team managers wanted this competition, and I'm delighted to say that we are going to stage tonight the away leg for the Swindon versus Oxford Cheetahs. So that's the M&S Truck Rental Robins against the Four Season Landscaping and Garden Maintenance Cheetahs. We're going to do the away leg, and I'm delighted to introduce the Swindon Robins team manager for tonight. It's my good friend, it's Lee Kilby. Hey Lee, how are you doing?
Not bad at all. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Welcome back. Excited?
Good to be back, yeah.
Are you feeling confident before I let Spencer in?
Now that I'm back at the Abbey, more so than before, so yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to tonight. Of course, your team is sponsored by our great friends at M&S Van Rental again. Very kind of them to come on board once more.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we're delighted to welcome them back. And we know that they do a lot of work with you, along with CFS as well, who are also great people.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to even hold you in suspense tonight because you know who he is. So let's bring him in so you can start to beat him up verbally. It's Spencer Timmo. How are you doing, Spenny? You all right?
Good, Barry. How are you, mate? All good?
Very good, mate. Very good. Good to see you again. You keeping well?
Not too bad, thank you. Very, very busy with the old cars. And yeah, you were a busy man last week down at Plymouth there.
Yeah, we were busy. Yeah, we were busy down at Plymouth. It was great, and yeah, we did well. The boys did us and the Isle of Wight and Eastbourne, and of course Mark Phillips did a great job down there. So yeah, we're all keeping well. And I know that you two have been moaning at me to get this this rematch on for some time.
I've been waiting for weeks, mate. Yeah.
Waiting for weeks. Well, thank goodness that Steve Girdwood from ReRun Productions has provided us with the tonight's material. I'm delighted to say.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I just need to run through with you the rules just to make sure that you don't forget them, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've taken 4 Swindon versus Oxford meetings, which gave us a total of 60 races, okay? Andy put them into the magical algorithm and they spat them all out into heat 1 through to 15, and you have the options of A, B, C or D. Okay, 15 heats to decide the winner. Of course, this is an aggregate match, and I'm got to tell you, Lee, you're 8 points down, mate.
That's okay. We can deal with that.
Good deal with that?
We deal with that back at the Abbey, yeah. 2 heats and that'll be gone.
2 heats and that'll be gone. What do you reckon, Spencer?
Yeah, a couple of 5 we'll be struggling. Yeah. The Cheetahs are in for a tough night at the Abbey. Sure.
Well, if it's under your guidance like last time, Mr. 5-1, you should be all right. But
I know.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, just in case we need it, I've also got to remind you of the tactical substitute rule, okay? Should you fall 6 points or more behind, you will be able to ask Andy, who will remind you anyway, if you want to hear the home or the away team. Okay, he will give you the pairings of each race, and you can make a choice to which ones you wanted. Just as a little tip here, we had James Luckman from Newcastle last week on, and every time we gave him the option, he picked the worst possible race.
I don't think I did much better.
Oh, it was really funny. And of course, one other thing to mention, we do have our usual prize. Thanks very much to Steve at ReRun Productions, where we'll be giving away 2 of tonight's meetings on a DVD. And it's the usual thing. You have to predict tonight's score, just the meeting score, not the aggregate score, before Heat 10. And then one of you, or maybe 2 of you, will get either 2 DVDs or 1 DVD sent to your home. Okay? So, without further ado, I just need to tell you one other thing, which is, if you choose everything right tonight, Lee, you can score 65 points.
Okay.
If you screw it up, it's 35.
Oh.
Spencer,
Yes.
your maximum score tonight is 55.
55.
Get it wrong, it's 24.
Oh, blimey.
Pressure's on you, mate. The pressure is on you.
Big swings.
I just need to find my magic keys, because this worked quite well last time. This is a set of keys here. So I'm going to, this is the left hand watch hand, okay? So I'll go underneath, and as you're the away team tonight, Spencer, I
Yes.
will let you choose whether it's watch hand or my right hand. What do you want?
Right hand.
Right hand. You have the keys. So you have first choice, okay? So it just leaves me to thank our wonderful sponsors, Iwade Garage, of course, come back on board with us again for another 4 virtual skids, and M&S Van Hire for Swindon, and 4 Seasons for Oxford tonight. We thank them all, along with our heat sponsors, of course, and of course you two for giving up your time and coming back to fight each other again virtually.
Pleasure.
Anyway, it's time to hand you over to the maestro, who's going to take you straight into heat number 1. I wish you both the best, and have a great night.
Thanks, Barry.
Well, welcome back, Spencer and Lee, for another instalment here. Virtual Skid 12. Aggregate scoring, so that's the first for Virtual Skid. 49 points you're starting off with, Spencer, and 41. It was a good meeting last time you guys went head-to-head. Got to be looking forward to this one, Spencer.
Absolutely. Been looking forward to it for weeks with Lee there and taking on the Robins. It's going to be a tough call for the Cheetahs, but we'll try our best.
And Lee, 8 points down starting off, but confident now you're back home at the Abbey.
Yeah, I think so. More confident now at the Abbey than we were away at Oxford, but you never know. Local derby, we shall have to wait and see what happens.
Excellent. Well, we are going back to 2004, 5 and 6 for these 4 meetings.
Ooh.
That's the era, and that's what we've got to work on here. Let's get cracking. Heat number 1, sponsored by, I think we know this chap, SD Timmo Car Sales up in Oxford. Spencer, you've been a supporter of us at Virtual Skid as well as being a team manager, and it's great to thank you in person for coming on board with us. How's it going up there in the car sales business?
It's my pleasure, and it's a real honour to be the team manager for the Cheetahs, and it's great to be involved. We've been really, really busy. Unfortunately, with this coronavirus, people want cars because they're not going on the buses and the trains, so we've been very, very busy, fortunately. So, yeah, it's all going well. Thanks.
So we're going to heat number 1, Spencer. You won the virtual coin toss there, so it's your pick. You know the drill by now. A, B, C, or D?
I'm going to go for B, please.
Going for B then, 2005. Your riders are, for Oxford, Billy Hamill and Travis McGowan. And they're coming up against Lee Adams and Sebastian Treasury.
Oh,
So, interesting pairings here. First of all, going to come to Lee. Lee and Sebastian there, what do you think?
Lee is Lee, but up against Billy and the Moose, up against Billy and Trav. I'll take a Lee win, and hopefully Seb can maybe nick third off of Trav.
Lee's looking for a 4-2. What about yourself, Spencer?
well, unfortunately, I have to agree with Lee. I think it could be a 4-2. I think Lee will pop out the gate, and I think Trev will get third.
Okay, so you're looking for a 3-all then in this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, at best.
He knows he's up against it tonight.
Lee Adams, Swindon, always up against it.
This is Speedway. We're going to find out. Everybody, this is heat number 1.
Green, we got to Billy Hamill and
Let's see what
Travis
happens.
McGowan.
Billy against Lee. What a
Comes
great
out
heat one that is.
In yellow, referee this evening, Mr. Jim Lawrence.
Yeah,
He's better to put on the
two.
green light.
Need to make the start. 1 and 3.
Start
Must have won the
Marshall walks
toss.
Away, green light on. Up fly the takes.
And there's
And
Lee with
into
the
that
flyer.
first spin. Well, it's the
Nose in
rider in
front
red, Lee
there,
Adams,
yeah.
who's made an excellent
This is where we need
start.
Seb to try and get
He
that
leads
third.
from McGowan in second place. Billy Hamill, of course, this is where he had that terrible crash.
I think Trev, when he's on the outside, he's pretty fast, and Billy can always, I think, it's hard for Sid to get past those two.
Yeah, I think so. No, they've settled in. He did okay at Swindon said. He never set the world alight, but
So hopefully Billy.
I don't think he'll pick Travis off here. That's for sure.
Be remembering that too much. So that was a
Lee
very bad
on
accident
that
for
different
him.
class in Heat 1 he was.
And he's holding on to
Absolutely.
second place.
He's,
Lee Adams it is.
Once he hits the
who's
front,
out in
there's no
front.
passing Lee Adams at Swindon.
No, that's right.
Robbins, of
Very
course,
rare
we
for
heard
someone to pick off Lee
from
from
Lee Richardson. They
from
went
the
down
back.
to defeat
Yeah.
at Arena
It's
Essex
getting
last
closer
night
at the
by
back.
11 points.
He's not
Deflected
falling
bonus
away.
points, but it was a disappointing loss for them.
Come on, Trev, wind that bike up. Come on.
Just moved out of it. Lee Adams, he top
Yeah, I
scored
think he's got a bit
with
too much to do,
15
isn't he,
points
yeah?
in 6 rides, and he had a dubious exclusion in his last ride. He
We'll
had
take
a
the
tactical
3-3
ride
there.
and scored 6 points.
Yeah,
for that. He won his
I'll
first
settle for that.
4 heats.
Yeah.
And he's won heat
Yeah,
number 1.
I can
here
see
this
that coming,
evening
really.
In a time of 65 points at
Can see that
96
coming.
seconds.
Heat win.
Billy the Bullet Hamill.
And we're back in the room then after heat number 1, a 3-all. You called it, Spencer. Maybe this could be your night.
Well, let's hope so. I've got to keep. I'll be happy with 3 3s. If we can keep it tight, we can hopefully take the advantage we have across the finish line. But there's a long, long way to go yet. So
There certainly is. And Lee, how great is it to see some action from Lee Adams there back on the bike? We forget just how good he was.
Do you know what? He was something else for so many years. He was superb to watch in Heat 1. He would jump out the start in Heat 1 and be gone, exactly like he did there. But once Seb had missed that start, I didn't think he'd get past Trav. So we'll take that 3-3.
Solid start to the meeting tonight then. Moving on to heat number 2. We got a new sponsor on board for heat number 2. Speculate to accumulate. Of course, Ian Jordan's horse racing tipping service. But we know, of course, how involved he is within Speedway, sponsoring many of the young riders, Tom Brennan, Jason Edwards, and also many clubs as well. So we thank Speculate to accumulate for coming on board with Virtual Skid for heat number 2. We're going over to Lee. It's your choice, A, B, C or D?
A, please.
We're going A for heat number 2. For Swindon, we've got Oliver Allen and Andrew Moore, and they're coming up against Jonas Davidson and Rafael De Broeke. Now, we saw Rafael De Broeke last time at Oxford in the first leg, so we know what he can do. Lee, first of all, what do you think? Oliver Allen, Andrew Moore, reserves race.
Yeah, Ollie's fantastic around Swindon. He was superb in the second division for us, and obviously stepped up with us for a while at reserve. I'd like to think he can jump out the start, and Andrew Moore again was a mixed bag. He was great out of the gate one week and then he would miss it the next. So if I get a 3-3 here again, I'd take that.
You're hoping that he's on the hit week rather than the miss week.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where Andy is.
Okay, Spencer.
come on, Lee. What are you predicting here then, Lee?
Do you know? I'll take a 3-3 because he is a strong pairing, especially Jonas.
Yeah,
We can pack him for second and third.
I think it'll be I think a 4-2 to Oxford here.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? This is heat number 2 at Speedway. Eyes down. Let's go for it.
Went down to a 6-point defeat.
Winning on 1 and 3.
Against the Premier League opposition, a challenge match.
De Broeke, I think when he hits the dirt, if he can hit the dirt, I think he was pretty quick.
Yeah, I can.
But this is wait and see. De Broeke's made the start. Can he come across? Yes.
Packing the second and third, I'll take that. Kind of what I thought was going to happen, or hope was going to happen, I think.
Jonas Davidson to reel him in here.
Do that battle at the back, don't you think?
Yeah, it's at the back. I think De Broeke's gone now. But I don't think... is it Ollie Allen second?
I think that's Andrew Moore, actually.
Or is it? Yeah.
Ollie's in third.
Jonas is trying hard over Ollie Allen there.
Yeah, again, he's not letting him go.
Oh, De Broeke's packed up. Oh, no.
You had no luck in the last one, Spence. All right, that'll do me.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. Hope Jonas do something.
Keeping him honest, as they say. Come on, Ollie.
Come on, Jonas, come on.
He's having a go.
He's going to straighten it up, try and get up the inside of him, but no, he's all over.
Didn't expect that.
Well, that was a close finish then for heat number 2. Bit of unluckiness there for Spencer, but it is a long way to go. That's only 2 heats gone. And, of course, on aggregate, you're still in the lead. That was a 5-1 to Swindon. Swindon are behind now by 4 points. So that's how we stand at the moment going into heat number 3. Sponsored by Rentruck. Great friends of Virtual Skid, of course. Van Rentals up there in Rochdale. We thank them for coming on board and staying on board with Virtual Skid. This is heat number 3. Spencer, A, B, C or D?
I'm going to try C this time, Andy, please.
Going C then. 2006 for Swindon. Adrian Mazinski and Lee Richardson. They're coming up against David Howe and Adam Skonishki. Lee, Adrian Mazinski, Lee Richardson, 2 big hitters.
Yeah, strong pair in there for me. I'd like to see a heat advantage in this one.
Looking for a heat advantage at least there, Spencer. Do you think David Howe and Adam Skonishki can do the business for you against these two?
I'd like to say yes, but real terms, I think this will be a 4-2 to Swindon, hopefully.
This is tough here.
It's tough, yeah. 3 heats, I've lost my lead, I think it's going to be, but we'll see.
We'll wait and see. Well, before we go into this one, just once again a shout out to the guys in the Premier's chat room with Barry tonight. you have got a chance of winning 2 DVDs from tonight's footage that have been used. And also, Lee, I do believe you got something else there that you're going to throw into whoever wins the competition.
Yeah, still got a few of my book that I wrote about my dad, Dad's Biography to the Heart of Kilby. We've still got a few of these left, still a few to sell, but I'd like to give one to a winner tonight as well.
That is awesome. So not only will they walk away with 2 DVDs, but they're going to walk away with your book there as well.
Yeah, it's good. I think Spencer can give this a glowing reference, which is quite nice. It was a joy to write. It's a really enjoyable book, and it's a real journey it's kind of like a father and son love story, really. And I go into mine and Dad's relationship quite heavily, but it's hugely influenced by Speedway, and we have a real good insight into his Swindon, Oxford, Exeter, and Great Britain career.
There you go. Well, one of you are going to be walking away with that. It's going to be sent to your doorstep. We're in the virtual land of giving into the real world. Look at that.
I'll even bung an autograph in there, look.
Oh, look at that. Treble the price. Right, okay then. Let's move on to heat number 3. Spencer, you have picked C, and we're going to go and find out what happened in this race.
Hopefully, we'll have a bit of luck along the way here.
He wants a bit of luck. Yeah, 4 points up on the aggregate. You need to keep hold of that.
Yeah, I was really disappointed about that engine failure from De Brookie, but that's the way Speedway goes sometimes.
Try and limit them as we go further. This is heat number 3.
Yeah, strong pair in this one. This around Swindon was brilliant, great to watch, and Adi Mazinski on his day did very well for us.
Heat number 3.
Going to be tough for the Cheetahs.
The race gets underway, and into that first turn with Lee. Richardson has made a pretty good start.
Well, it looks like that's Skornicki.
Yeah, Adam could ride Swindon C as well.
Remember, he did have a real good few minutes Skornicki around Swindon.
Go on, Rico.
Let's hope he can hold Lee off in this one.
Yeah, Lee won't give up.
Adam it is, who's out in
You really get that turn, if you get that wide line going on around Swindon, you get so much pace, so much speed.
In race number 3, Oxford. They have started.
Yeah, Adam came back with Wolverhampton a few times and done us over as well. So
yeah, a lovely character, Adam.
Not a great surprise to me in this one.
Lifting the team spirit of the Oxford.
He's done you well there, Spence.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got that 3-3.
Yeah, I had a feeling we'd get an advantage out of that one.
Is causing heat number 3. It's going to be a
Who did we lose then?
easy win for Skornicki. The 2 Swindon
was that
riders
Howe?
Yeah, like David Howe.
Yeah.
3-3. I'll settle for that.
Yeah. Lee had to go for the first lap, but then Adam pulled away. Good result for you, that, mate.
So, second thrill of the meeting then, and Spencer, another engine failure, but this time it was at the back, so one a little bit sweeter to take.
At the back, yes. Well, I was just quite pleased that Adam Skornicki won that, because I was predicting a 4-2 to Swindon, so I'll settle for the 3-3, and let's hope all our engine failures are out of the way now.
Still 4 points up here, all about the aggregate tonight. Right, okay, heading into heat number 4, sponsored by the Isle of Wight Wightlink Warriors. Very dear to our hearts here at Virtual Skidland. Great to have the Warriors on board with Virtual Skid. It's great to also have Iwade Garage as the meeting sponsor again tonight. Vehicle maintenance and MOTs. If you've got anything that you need doing to your cars and servicing and so on, and you're in the Iwade area, make sure you hit them up, guys. Heat number 4. How are we feeling, guys? Starting to heat up already?
Starting to heat up, yeah. The old getting sweaty palms already.
Yeah, he's doing the chin there a bit. He's doing the chin.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with 4 points down at the moment. I'll take that.
Oh, a team manager that's happy with 4 points down.
Yeah, we got the big guns to come yet.
Yes, we certainly have. Right, heat number 4, back to Lee. A, B, C, or D?
I'll go D, please.
You have picked D. That's heading back into 2005 for Swindon. We got Lee Richardson and Oliver Allen. And for Oxford, Billy Hamill and Catches Projects. So, Billy Hamill, world champion. Yeah, you're up against it a bit here, Lee.
Rico on his day around Swindon could beat anybody. So, if Billy makes the start, I think he'll disappear. But 3-3 or 4-2. I'd like to take a 4-2 here, but it'd be a big call for Rico.
Spencer's kind of nodding a bit there.
Yeah, well, best I think we can hope for is the Cheetahs can hope for is a 3-3. I just hope Billy can pop out the gate and can give us that 3-all.
Okay, well, we're about to find out. So far, it's 11 on the night to Swindon and 7 for Oxford, but of course, it's all about that aggregate score. So 4 points in it in aggregate. This is heat number 4.
We got Billy the Bullet Hamill and pushed us.
It's like Billy on
Billy on 4.
Oh yeah. He can do the big one right on the outside.
Yeah.
Come on, Billy.
Go on, Rico.
Yes, he's made a good start. He just needs to come across Rico there. No. Come on, we've got to.
Yeah, he's got a nice line.
It's a fast line out there at Swindon.
Yeah, once you're out there, it's brilliant. Go on, Lee.
Come on, Billy. Come on.
Under him. Oh, we've lost someone.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is.
Didn't quite pick that up, but
Oh no, it's a restart.
In for a rerun then. Gives Rico another chance
Oh no.
to make the start. Come on, Lee. He's good enough to do it twice, Billy.
Come on, Billy. Come on, make another cracking
Come on,
start.
Rico.
Come on, yes, he's made a reasonable start, Billy. Got to get in that dirt.
Yeah, great start again. Always impressive when you can do it that second time round after it's been stopped. Go on, Lee. Nice cut back. The Martin Ashby cut back, that is.
Billy's got the experience just to shut Lee down there a bit.
Yeah, I think so. Not giving up. Come on, Lee.
Leading the way.
Yeah, he's still chasing. Go on, Lee. It's hard to get round a rider like someone like Billy Hamill.
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah, so you've got to be on it. Nah, I think we're in for a 3-3 as we kind of expected here, really.
I'll be more than happy with a 3-3.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy's gone. Yeah, home and dry. Home and dry. Rico, then Ollie. 3-3, yeah, we'll stick with that. That'll do us for a minute.
In third.
Different class, wouldn't he, Billy?
Coming back into the ring then after 4 heats. You lost one of your riders there, 3-all. It was all you could expect at the end there, but Billy shut out and did it for you.
Yeah, more than pleased for that 3-3. I was expecting maybe a 4-2 to Swindon there, so it's 4 heats gone. We had 3 3-3s and obviously the 5-1 advantage over to Swindon when Raphael had that unfortunate engine failure. So that's the way it goes, but we're still in with a chance. There's a long way to go.
Before we head into heat number 5, I want to come to you, Lee, and just ask you about your virtual skid experience last time, going up against Spencer. Now, obviously, you didn't know really what you were getting yourself in for. You lost on the night. We've already talked about that, but did you enjoy it?
It was brilliant. It's a really enjoyable thing. It is, and so many people after the event messaged me to say, after they watched it, watch that. You know, good to watch, enjoyable, and you get fully involved in it. You're cheering for something that happened 15 years ago. It's bonkers, but it's a great concept. I really enjoy it. And when we said about doing the second one, and Steve at ReRun was kind enough to supply the meetings, I was like, it's fantastic, great thing to be involved in.
And of course, you are the current commercial marketing manager down at Swindon there. Lots going on. We've heard, obviously, last week about the changes to all the COVID thing. We're all watching daily to try and figure it all out. So, got to be mega frustrating for you guys.
Yeah, it has been. It's been such an incredibly frustrating, horrible year for everyone, I think. And we made the call, as soon as we knew we couldn't get any league racing, we made the call to have no open meetings or anything like that. Just because, you know, the dogs are under a lot of pressure with how they're running at Swindon, the Greyhounds. So we just thought, we'll cut our losses, we'll pack everything away, hit the pause button, and just focus on you know, kicking 2021 off in the best possible shape we can. So that's our focus now, really. Our season ticket holders that bought season tickets have all been fantastic and have just said, look, hold it there. We'll come back in 2021 and use it then. Our sponsors are all on board. We're incredibly lucky at Swindon with the sponsors and supporters that we have. And everyone's just, you know, now looking to jet around the country and go to Plymouth and Ipswich and different places and get what speedway they can and get back to the Abbey next year. But it's enjoyable watching the Polish and Swedish on the television, but equally frustrating at the same time. It really is.
Exactly. We love our Speedway, but there's nothing quite like supporting your team, is there?
Not at all. Do you know, I normally turn up at the Abbey Stadium at 10 in the morning on a race day, and I leave. I'm the last one to leave at night, not because I'm drinking, because I'm packing away. And I talk to hundreds of people, and I miss it. I miss buzzing around that stadium. You know, there's lots of supporters there that I've known all my life. So it's a huge, big family for me. And to have that not there for the first time in my life is an incredibly bizarre thing. It does leave a huge hole. And I know it does for the supporters as well. So we're trying to keep engaged. And this is brilliant because I know the Swindon supporters will be watching this. That's why I've got to get the 4 points back.
Oh, they're going to be on your case. They're going to be on your case. You lose this one.
But yeah, it'll be good to get back next year. We just have to be patient and you know, hope things in the world move on and we get rid of this virus.
We need to get rid of the virus. We need to move on, and move on we will to heat number 5, sponsored by Mark Cooper. He stayed on board with us again, Virtual Skig. Thanks ever so much, Mark. So, heat number 5, we're going back to Spencer. Oxford Cheetahs. Here we go. A, B, C, or D?
Right, this is, I think I'm going to go for A, this one. Please, Andy.
Hey, we're going back 2004. For Oxford, we got Lucas Trimmel and Moose is back out again, Travis McGowan.
Yeah.
And they're going up against Steve Johnson and David Rood.
Okay.
So Jono and the Swede there.
Yeah.
Spencer, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, that David Rood, wasn't he the world under-21 champion?
Pretty handy. He was from Sweden.
Swede, yeah.
Swede, sorry, yeah, it was David. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I remember Lucas, when he was on fire, Lucas Trimmel, he was unbeatable. He had a few good meetings at Swindon that I can remember. So yeah, I think this could be a 4-2 to Oxford here.
Oh, he's confident, Lee. He's confident. Are you as confident in your pair?
I think this is unpickable, really, this heat. I think there's 4 riders there that could all jump out the start and win it, to be honest. Jono had one year with us. Brilliant, Jono. Great in the pits, great with the fans. I think he ended with a 6 or 7 point average. So I need Jono to jump out the start here and get the win, and David hopefully snug in for third.
That's how the team managers see it. How do you see it at home? You're watching along. What do you think is going to happen? Well, we're about to find out. This is heat number 5.
I remember David Rood, but I don't pick many heats and things from him, so I hope he's going to give me one here to remember. Come on, Jono. Great start from 4. Go on, Steve.
Let's stay out there. Yes, come on.
Need that third from David Rood.
As his rider leads away, and it could be a 6-pointer this for Lucas.
Yeah.
He's out in front from Jono in second place, third spot. It is
I think he picks a 4-2 here, Spence.
Yeah, I hope so.
Having scored a paid win, a couple of heats
looking likely.
back in this one as they come round to complete lap number 2. Lucas Trimmel.
We know who's out front. What's going on behind? There's Jono. Tell you what, he's all over the back of Steve as well.
Come on, Trav. Come on.
Come on, Jono. You can't get beat by Travis. He'll never let you hear the end of it.
Oh, come on, Trev. Don't look back. Just keep it pinned, mate. Come on.
Yeah, he's got nothing to worry about behind him, really.
Come on, Trev.
This season, I had a spell with Oxford, though, in his British League career.
Spread out now.
Get a big
Yeah,
6
I think
points
that's the way it's going to stand, I think.
Blue guys here, we're not
2
used
points
to that
down,
here.
look.
Yeah.
Abbey Stadium,
Yeah, that was a good guess, that one.
Heat number
Yeah.
5, second place goes to Steve
It
Johnson,
was.
third spot to
It's a good
Travis
pick.
McGowan.
Well, Spencer's happy with that. 4-2 advantage, pulls a couple of points back and goes further in the lead on aggregate. Just what you wanted.
Just what I needed as well, because like I say, there's this heat's gone and a long way to go, so it can still go either way, I feel.
Now, it's really interesting. Lee, I could see in his body language, was starting to ease up a little bit. You got that 5-1, made a big difference. Now, things have changed very quickly for you, Lee. I can see it in your body
I'm
language.
shifting around in my seat a bit. I'm moving around a little bit now. I'm a bit uneasy.
So it's all getting interesting now. The pressure's on even more now because you got to think of that aggregate score, which is what makes the difference tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Need some Lee Adams in the heats now.
The competition, fantastic prizes tonight. Not only courtesy of ReRun Productions have you got 2 of the DVDs from tonight's meeting, But also, Lee, hold it up one more time. There we go. To the heart of Kill. He's even going to sign it for you. You're going to get that as well. So come on, guys, get predicting the meeting score tonight. Not the aggregate score, just the meeting score, what you think it's going to be before tapes up a Heat 10, where you can win some awesome prizes here. Okay, Heat number 6, sponsored by Elite Floors. Chad Wurtsfield, of course, as we know, is training to become a floor fitter with those guys outside of Speedway. And it was great to see Chad racing for the Warriors at Plymouth last week as well. He really come good towards the end of the meeting. We know he had a little off. It's great to see some youngsters now coming into Speedway and making a difference, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of good young riders down there that are coming through. That's for sure.
Very much so. So, moving on. Heat number 6. Lee, your choice. AB. He's taking a big breath in. Look at this.
I'm going to go with a B.
Heat number 6, going for B. 2006. Lee Adams is out for you. You can breathe a sigh of relief. And his partner is Joel Parsons. And they're coming up against Krzysztof Kasperzak and Lubos Tomacek. Big friend of yours, Spencer.
Lubos is back.
Yeah, Lubos is back. Yeah, well, I really, Lee's got to win this. Best Oxford can do is, I feel, is a 3-3.
Well, 3-3 there, but, Kasperzak.
I'll settle for a 3-3, yeah.
Krzysztof can, if you get him on his day.
Yeah, he's got to pop out the gate and try and hold Lee back. But Lee, there's so many lines around Swindon, and he's so hard to pass. Even if he's behind, he'll be hot on your heels and have a go at passing you. So I really feel Lee will have this one.
All right, and Lee, when you're up against it, Lee Adams at Swindon, he's the rider you want his name called out for you.
Yeah, he is, but you need that second rider to be no last places. So I need somebody to bag a third for me at some point. So we'll see what Joel can do.
Well, we'll see what they all can do. This is Heat number 6.
Pretty well on one or two occasions as well.
3.
Krzysztof
So Joel would have been guesting for us, Joel Parsons.
Heat number 4.
So I'd love him to get third place here.
Out in green and Lubos Tomacek is the rider in yellow. Heat number 6 is underway.
He's made it another
Lee out
there.
Where's my third place?
Service is being resumed because Lee Adams
he's at the back
there, yeah.
who leads away from Kasperzak in second.
Come on, Oxford, come on.
Is
We
in
need
third.
to
Joel Parsons
really need to keep this tight.
Amazing the amount of times Lee Adams did this. Just phenomenal.
A stronger team than they was when they visited it here. Back in
What's going on at the back? Come on, Joel.
He went down to a 56-38 defeat. Lee Adams, we scored a plate match on that occasion. And,
come on, Lubos, come on, wind it up.
Scored a full match in fact, but
yeah, I don't think Lubos is going to lose that.
It's going to happen tonight. Lee already been defeated.
There's too much distance between the two there. I think it's going to be a 3-3.
Kasperzak
yeah.
Back in second here in this one. Adams it is. He's out in
Yeah,
front.
Lee's gone.
So easy around Swindon, doesn't he?
Armchair style, just majestic, just brilliant. Oh, no,
Weeks ago, and now it's only got.
Go on, well done, Lee.
Yep.
Super Lee. 3-3 again, keeping that 6-point lead, Spence.
That's another 3-3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 3-3s.
Right, we're coming back into the ring then after 6 heats. It's a 3-all, 19-17 on the night, but more importantly on aggregate, Spencer is 66 with Lee on 60. It really is getting important now because normally you'd say to yourself, well, 3-alls, okay, keep it close. Lee, now, 3-alls, they're not going to cut it now. You need to start chipping away at that.
Yeah, it's exactly like I said, we can have a Lee Richardson or a Lee Adams or someone like that in the heat, which is magic, but I've got to have that second rider to nick that second or third place. And I'm just not getting that at the minute.
Spencer, you as a rider for Oxford as well, were you involved in these sort of meetings that did the aggregate scoring? And if you were, psychologically, how did that change you going into the second leg?
Well, it gives you something to aim for, that's for sure. It gives you a target to go to. So it does push you along a bit, whether you're chasing or, you're defending that lead. So, like we are now, I'm actually getting sweaty palms. It's for real for me. And, Lee feels very passionate about Swindon. I'm very passionate about the Oxford Cheetahs. So both means a lot to both of us. So, yeah, it's tense stuff. Even though it was 14 years ago.
Right, okay, heat number 7, and it's great to have Iwade Garage back with us, not only meeting sponsors, but also heat number 7 sponsor as well. Of course, based in Iwade, vehicle maintenance services, of course, MOTs, you name it, they'll do it all to your cars, they'll get you sorted. Heat number 7, we are going to go back to Spencer, it's your choice. A, B, C or D, Spencer, what do you want?
So, to put a lot of thought into this, what's my lucky number? Lucky numeral? I think I'm going to go for C in this one, please.
2005. So we've got Tobias Kroner and Niels Christian Everson going out for the Oxford Cheetahs. And they're coming up against Lee Richardson and Sebastian Alden. This is another interesting one here. We got sort of those sets of riders that can each beat each other there. 2 battles going on, I reckon, in this one. What do you think, Spencer?
Well, I was quite happy to. You mentioned the name Lee Richardson. He popped out. And Niels Christian had some good meetings at Swindon. So, you know, I think it'll be another 4-2 to Oxford, to be fair.
Okay, and Lee?
I've got a 4-2 to Swindon in this one. I've got Rico winning. I think Niels Christian will get the second, but Seb will get that third I need.
Oh, they're both confident. You both can't be right. So,
yeah.
No, that's right.
Let's find out. This is heat number 7.
Second place in his first ride. Tobias Kroner comes out in green and Niels Christian Everson in yellow
Niels
and black.
off 4 by the looks of it.
Heat number 7 then.
He off for 1.
Marshall walks away.
Seb is the key against Toby Kroner.
As the race gets
Yeah, Tobias Kroner, he had some good meetings, but I can't remember what he was like at Swindon.
No, I don't recall him at Swindon.
He had some good meetings. Come on, Niels, near that dirt.
Come on, Rico.
Stay out there, come on, round the outside. Come on, keep it on, keep it on.
Oh,
Looking good for you, Lee.
Come on.
Lee Richardson it is, who's out in first place.
Come on, Niels.
Just that, Seb. Third place, Seb. That'll do me in this one.
At the moment for Swindon. And well, if it stays open, you'll see them move at 4 points.
Right in it now, that's okay, that's all right.
Double their lead.
He was a young Niels Christian, wasn't he, when you think about it? All those years back then.
Yeah, 14 years ago.
Yeah, young man then. I remember him coming over, actually.
Yeah, I remember him when he was down at Newport.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Off at Newport and then come to Oxford. He's still going strong, Niels.
Yeah, you almost feel like he could achieve a bit more at the top, don't you, at times?
Yeah. I just feel like he sometimes needs that little bit more aggression.
Yeah.
Fast, but he just needs that little bit of fire in his belly, you feel like at times. But he's been such a good rider over the years.
Yeah, likeable guy as well, really nice.
Yeah,
As heat number 7, the win goes to Lee Richardson.
Rico,
2 out of
top
2
job.
Back in the virtual pits then, here with the 2 team managers. He's clawed it back a little bit. 4 points in it now on aggregate. Lee, that was exactly what you wanted.
Exactly what I needed. What I thought as well, to be honest. Seb was a great kind of third place rider in those first years at Swindon that he had. And Rico was different class. And again, when you're watching Rico now and you're thinking he's not with us, it's unbelievable, really. But terrific rider.
Niels Christian Everson just couldn't quite do it for you there then, Spencer.
Couldn't quite do it, but you know, we're halfway through the meeting. I'm slightly up, but I think this meeting can go either way, to be fair.
Could go either way, you're very right. So, heat number 8, back to Lee. A, B, C or D?
Gonna go A.
He's going A, way back to 2004. For Swindon, we got Andy Smith and Andrew Moore. And they're going up against Travis McGowan and Raphael Debruckies back out for you again, Spencer.
Oh, I really feel this could be a 3-3 to Oxford. I think could be Andy Smith. I think it'll be a 3-3. I think Trev and I think Andy Smith will get this, to be fair. He was pretty good round Swindon. But you never know. And Debruckie, well, he done well for me in the last heat. So let's just see. Maybe a 4-2 to Oxford. Let's hope so.
He's hoping for a 4-2. Lee, how do you see this one going?
Funny sneaky suspicion it might be a 4-2 to Oxford. I need Smudge to make the start and get out there. And let's just see what Andy can do. If he can pack in for a third, be a dream. But I'm a bit edgy about this one.
He's edgy. Spencer's a bit edgy. We're all edgy now.
I think we're both edgy, Lee, because we both want to think
It's
quite tense stuff. Really is. Right.
And well, of course, Heat 8, sponsored by Plymouth Gladiators. Now, of course, they had their great meeting last week, the 3-team tournament that went really well, which we're all happy with. On the 22nd, seeing in the GB Young Lions come down, Neil Vatcher's bringing down the likes of Jordan Palin, Tom Brennan returning there, and the Thompson twins, Dan and Joe as well, and they're going to go up against the Gladiators. We really do hope that it's another successful night there on the South Coast. And guys, you want to see some live Speedway? That is the place to go on the 22nd. So make sure you book your ticket online. You've got to book your tickets and see some awesome Speedway down there with the Plymouth Gladiators. Having said that, Swindon Robins, Oxford Cheetahs, that's where we are tonight. Heads down, heat number 8.
Andy Smith. Have we got anybody on 4? There's nobody on 4. Who's coming on 4?
Yeah, I think that's...
oh, yeah, there we go. Come on, Smudge.
Come on, Trev, get out wide and just keep it on. Come on, Trev. Yeah, come on. Come on, Trev. Yes.
Oh.
There's a terrible crash there.
Yeah.
Involving
that's a shocker.
I think we've got Swindon boy might be. It looks like Smith might be excluded here.
Yeah, it was Andy Moore off of gate 1.
I reckon he took him out, mate.
Yeah, he's kind of straightened up, didn't he? Cool, that's a nice one. When the bike and the rider go in together, just
it's like
oh, we're all 4 back, are we?
4 back, yeah.
4 back. Can't see Andy Moore doing much after that bash. Prove me wrong, Andy. Go on, Andy Smith.
Andy Smith's at the front. He's a hard boy to pass when he's in the front. So it looks like Travis in second.
Have I got 3rd place there?
Yes, you have, mate. Yeah. Oh, what? Got a 5-1. He sneaked underneath.
Oh, lovely job, Andy Moore. He's proving me wrong. Brilliant, especially since he just went head first into the fence as well, the boy.
Yeah, he's done you well, mate. Get up from that.
Andy.
It's really disappointing from an Oxford point of view here.
Tell you what, that's a great move from that lad. Fair play, Andy Moore. Keep your head. That's a terrific. Come on, boys.
Looks like I've lost a rider as well.
And mate, again.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Andy Moore, that's fantastic. That's a great heat from him.
5, 6, 7 bike lengths ahead of the brookie.
Well, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Lovely stuff. Needed that.
In that the first before the rerun, Oxford run for a 5-1 there.
Yeah, they did look like it in that first running.
I really thought Andy Moore was going to be excluded there.
Well, Spencer, you're unlucky again there.
Very unlucky. I mean, the race got stopped when Oxford clearly hit the front, and Andy Moore ran into the brookie by the looks of it. And I think Andy's quite lucky, Andy Moore, to get in the rerun there.
I could almost feel you reaching for the phone to call the referee.
Oh, I'm afraid the phone. I'll be on the ref there. I definitely would be.
Definitely. Well,
I'd like to see the ref watch that again in slow-mo, because I think Andy Moore shouldn't have been in that heat.
this is what you'd be like as a team manager. We're getting the insights now of what you really could come up with in the real world. Lee, that has brought you back 69 on aggregate. That's the score that counts tonight. We've got another 7 heats to go, and it's all level. It starts again right now.
Tell you what, I didn't expect that, so I'll take my hat off to the two Andys there. It was it's a big call for a referee to exclude somebody on a first bender like that. So I think he made the right call.
Of course he did.
Maybe I'm feeling a bit biased, but I really think Andy Moore should have been excluded. But that's...
Would you if that was you in blue, Spence, and you'd have got excluded? I don't think you'd have been very happy.
No, I wouldn't have been. No.
I've yet to meet a rider that's ever been happy to be excluded from any race himself.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah.
Right, we're going to move into heat number 9 then. That's sponsored by Save Oxford Stadium. Spencer, going to come to you on this one. The guys, they're working really hard. I mean, we've got tracks out there, Coventry as well, as we know, that are trying to come back, other tracks as well. Oxford, I switched the radio on the other day, and even I could hear that they're on the radio talking about times of Oxford. So they're really trying to bring this back.
Absolutely. We're trying all we can, but, the people that own it, unfortunately, they're looking for the big picture and getting planning for houses and again hitting the pot of gold basically. And the good news is for Oxford Stadium a few months back, as a lot of people know, it's got to remain for about the next 15 years as a leisure facility. So that's a good thing in our favour. But we just want to have some action, just somebody to make a move and, let's get the stadium open as a multi-purpose facility.
Yeah, it's a great cause. We just want to see more speedway and something like Cowley Stadium that can produce some of those races of old, if you like, the historic stuff that we see. We just really miss it. We need it back there, don't we?
Absolutely, we need it back, and it's just hopefully, in the next few years we can, something will happen and we can get speedway back there. It'd be great to take on their old rivals, Swindon Robins again. Those local derbies were legendary, brought back so many good memories, and tonight's one of those occasions, It's really a privilege to be team manager tonight.
And we are creating memories right here as well. And do you know the pressure that you're under now? Being 69-69, it's all about on aggregate and the pressure you're under because you got the whole of Oxford behind you, Spencer. Are you sweating?
I know. It's, I feel, that last race, I'm gutted. We had a slight advantage and I really thought we were heading for a 5-1 before the rerun there. We've had a bit of bad luck that heat too when we had gone for a 3-3 and engine failure. But, let's say, a few heats to go and it's going to be tight, But all we can do is try our best.
Try your best, of course, and don't forget that your sponsors tonight for the team, Four Seasons Landscape and Gardening Maintenance. So we thank them for coming back on board for the second leg as well to take over the sponsorship of the Oxford Cheetahs tonight. And, of course, the sponsorship coming your way, Lee, for the Swindon Robins is M&S Van Truck Rentals, who are right behind you. You point to on the wall that are current sponsors also of the Swindon Robins in the non-virtual world as well.
Yeah, terrific guys. M&S Vans, Mike down there, and they've been sponsors of the club for years. Great supporters of our club. Terrific people, Mike and Lee down there, doing a great job.
Doing a great job, so are you. I'm sure they'll be patting you on the back for this. You've brought it back level again, going into heat number 9. And Spencer, you are in tactical territory now, so you get to know the riders.
So I hope I make the right call here because we really need the points here.
Yeah, now you see this time, with it being aggregate, the pressure really is on now. And Lee knows that as well. He's going to hear these riders. He's going to know the ones that he doesn't want you to pick. This is kind of like when the GPs and the riders are selecting their gates and the other three are stood there waiting for the first one to make the wrong choice or the right choice. So, do you want to know the Swindon riders or the Oxford riders?
I want to know the Oxford riders, please.
Oxford riders, heat number 9. Okay. You can have Niels Christian Everson partnered with Jonas Davidson, Christoph Kasperzak and Eric Anderson, Greg Hancock and Henrik Gustafsson, or Billy Hamill and Tom P. Madsen.
I think I'll go for Greg in this one.
Funny that.
He's going for Greg Hancock and Henrik Gustafsson. Is that the one you would have picked?
Funny
Lee?
that, yeah. I think I'd have gone with them boys.
I got to say, Henrik Gustafsson, one of my all-time favourite riders there. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to come up against Jonas Davidson and Charlie Jada.
Charlie was magic for us back then, 2004, 2005.
Okay, I want your predictions on this now. Getting to the business end of this doubleheader. So, Lee, what do you think this one's going to go like?
Oh, do you know what? If I get a 3-3, I'll be really happy. If I can escape with a 4-2 against, I'll take it.
Okay. Spencer, you're smiling?
Well, I just think, I'm hoping for a 4-2. I think a 4-2 to Oxford here. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, that's what you're hoping for.
5-1 even better, but I'll take a 4-2.
Okay, eyes down. This is heat number 9.
Looks like Henk is off 4. I think it looks like Greg on 2, is it? Looks like. Yeah.
The race is about to
Well,
get
Hinker
underway.
hit the front
Green
there.
lights on. And as
Good
they
start
shoot
from
out of the
Hinker.
start, well, Gustafsson has made a good
He's blocked
go
from the
with
start.
Greg
You've
Hancock.
lost someone.
He's had engine failure on the line. He's made it to
gutted.
the first bend, but that is it.
I think that's Greg.
So it's a 3-all.
That'll do me. Was that Greg?
Definitely G that come around the outside. Yeah, I
Jonas
think he's
Davidson.
bypassed it.
Here comes Charlie around the outside of Gustafsson.
Loving that.
He's past the Swede.
Charlie
into
Jada.
first place. Charlie, he really is the
I
most
just, when did
exciting
you
rider
last
here
see
at
Greg Hancock have an
Swindon.
engine
Tell you
failure?
what, you
Invariably misses
Oh,
the gate.
really?
you struck
Gateway
very
invariably
unlucky
makes
again,
the kick-off.
Spence.
The rider in front
Really
of him
unlucky.
as Gustafsson
But that was a
there is
move
being
from
put under
Charlie.
pressure
Absolutely
by
brilliant.
Jonas Davidson, and
Oh,
can
Hinker's
he
struggling a bit there as
find a way
well.
past
Yeah.
as Gustafsson, where he's going out a
Oh, this
little
is
bit
going to be
wide of
close.
Davidson against his fellow Swede. He's moved through in the
Oh,
second
that's a
place,
gut.
and that's got the crowd cheering here. It's a
Oh,
pride one for the
Spence.
Robins. This will be their
I'll
first
tell
of the
you what, I
meeting,
didn't see
and
this
they will
coming.
double their lead this time to 8
What a
points.
bad
Give them
choice
that little
that
bit
was,
of
but hey,
breathing space.
hindsight's a
And it's
wonderful
funny.
thing.
Hinker, well, he seems to have had engine problems.
You've got
Will he
four
be able to
choices.
coast round
It's
four?
nuts.
A
That's what did me at
solitary
your place.
point, as
We should have had an
Girdwood
advantage
going to
there,
win his
but
second
there you
race
go. That's
of the
life.
night.
That's a
He
huge
takes the
heat for
checker
me,
flag.
that one.
2 points goes to Davidson.
The fans down
And
there, jumping up
Gustafsson,
and down
well,
there.
he's got enough impetus to get across the line into third. 60.
Wow, no one in the stadium saw that coming. We certainly didn't all these years later.
Well, we just did, obviously, and I'm gutted. I think I need another beer. Jeez, I'm gutted. You know, that was my chance to call back some points on Swindon there, and I blew it. You know, like I say, when Greg Hancock very rarely has engine failures, and just happened to be my heat, but that's life.
Can't believe that.
Lee, you must be rubbing your hands now with that.
I actually can't believe I can't remember that, because for Greg to drop it at the start and for the boys to both pull off what they did, that Abbey Roar must have been magic. So I think I recreated it.
I could hear the fans cheering from here.
Yeah, big surprise.
Well, there you go. That was your tactical pick there, Spencer, and it didn't work out for you. That's the way it goes here. And this is how it goes in Speedway in the real world, of course. Sometimes you got that option to make switches. You bring a reserve in, or you can swap people out, ride a replacement, and so on. There's a lot that goes along without this. When you're stood on the terraces, it's all so easy. But it isn't quite like that when you're in the virtual skid world.
No, I'm telling you.
Well, Spencer, that now means you are 4 points down. You come in with an 8-point lead. This really isn't going the way you need it to. What will you be saying to your guys?
Well, I'll be trying to G them up, and you know, it's very frustrating when you're this side of the fence and you feel like you want to do something, and but you can't. You know, it's out of your hands. But all we can do is give them some encouragement, and hopefully we'll have a bit of luck, because we've had terrible luck in this meeting this evening.
No luck.
Got to change it round. Heat number 10, sponsored by LMS Brickwork. Lewis Seeley, who owns LMS Brickwork, he was our virtual team manager in Virtual Skid 10. A couple of meetings ago, did an awesome job there with his brother Jamie as well. So great to have him still on board with Virtual Skid as a sponsor here, based in Newbury. Anything in the south of England? Go and hit these guys up. They'll come down and sort out all of your building work. So moving on, heat number 10, back to Lee. A, B, C or D?
Then we'll go for C.
Are you sure? Do you want to phone a friend?
Yeah, no, C. I'm sticking with C now.
Okay, 2005. Here he is again for you. Lee Adams, Sebastian Olden. However, this time they're coming up against Lucas Drimmel and Niels Christian Everson. So this is a very, very tasty looking lineup here. We know what Lee Adams can do. You've talked about Seb Olden before. So Spencer, Lucas Drimmel and Niels Christian Everson. What do you think?
Well, I'd love to have a 4-2 heat advantage, but in the real world, I think realistically, I could hope for a 3-3. But I hope I'm wrong.
He's hoping for a 3-3. Lee, what about yourself? How do you see this one going?
In the virtual world, I'd love a 5-1, but I'll take. I think I'd love Lee to jump out the start and win it. And same story for me. If Seb can sneak a third place, I think we're on to a winner.
Okay, well, let's find out. Once again, we're going to head into the next heat. This is heat number 10.
Getting the speed off Ben 2, which is renowned for getting speed off.
He didn't often get it wrong, but then Greg Hancock didn't often break down. So
Lee's going to go straight for that dirt, get them off the berm, and he'll be beautiful. But come on, boys, we need to just hold Seb Olden out here. We can't see any of our riders picking off Lee from that point.
No, I'd like to think Lee will just be gone from there. Come on, Seb, don't give up, son. He's lifting a bit, he's dropping back.
Very subdued indeed after that
Maybe.
terrible incident.
That's where the battle's going to be. Come on, Seb.
Yeah. Just got to hold Seb on off and just set for 3-3, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll both take that now. I think. Yeah, not much doing in this one.
Lee Adams is off into the sunset.
Yeah, I think my virtual crowd are still buzzing from the last heat, so we'll take a 3-3 here. He's brilliant. How far ahead is he? He's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, superstar.
They knew that track was back. They knew where to go, where the dirt is.
Yeah. Yeah, magic. Yeah, it was magic.
Okay, it's a 3-3 there for heat number 10. 36 on the night for the Swindon Robins, 24 for the Oxford Cheetahs, 77 plays 73, 4 points in it. And it keeps it all very close going into the next heat. Lee Adams there, Lee. He always does it for you, doesn't he?
Yeah, the amount of times he was unbeaten around Swindon, you can't even keep count. So when he's in there, I'm confident, but it's that other rider, nicking that third place, like I keep saying.
Right, going over to Spencer then. Before we head into the next heat, I just want to ask you about your experience. You spoke to Lee earlier on about when you guys were up against each other back for the first leg. Obviously, something new for you as well. And you enjoyed it. We know you enjoyed it. And you were looking forward to this second leg.
I've been so looking forward to it. I knew it was going to be tough, but the heats that we've, had so much bad luck in two engine failures, that's something unbelievable. So that's Speedway for you. But to just hope, with a few more heats to go, we can have a bit of luck as well. And we could be right into the mix again, hopefully.
And you're enjoying your virtual team manager experience with us?
Fantastic. Yeah, I just want to... I'm actually getting, I've said before, getting sweaty palms. So it feels like it's a real experience. Just want the boys to do well.
And it's awesome here that Karen has joined Spencer there to get involved with Virtual Skid. Karen, you've witnessed Spencer being virtual team manager on the last one. He's 4 points down. What do you say to Spencer? I mean, you're a big fan of the Oxford Cheetahs yourself. He's not quite doing it for you. What are you saying to him?
Well, I think he's got to pull his finger out and get some good riders out there to do the business.
And have some good luck.
And
It's just been bad luck.
yeah.
It's the way it's gone. It's just
unbelievable
luck. But, there's a few heats to go. So hopefully Lee's going to have some bad luck now. It's my turn.
I was going to say, touch wood, I've had none so far.
All right, awesome. Well, we're going to head into heat number 11, sponsored by John Carpenter Speedway Spares, great friend of Speedway on the island and lots of riders as well that he helps out. So if you need any bits for your bikes, John Carpenter is the guy to go to and he'll supply all those bits for you as well. So heat number 11, back to Spencer. You're not going to choose. Where you going, Karen? Sit yourself down. In heat number 11, Spencer has got a tactical ride on this one. He gets to know the riders for this next heat, either the home or the away riders, and you're going to help him choose. Do you want to know the Swindon riders or the Oxford riders?
Oxford, please.
So, Karen and Spencer, your riders are Todd Wiltshire and Davey Watt, Billy Hamill and Travis McGowan, Greg Hancock and Travis McGowan, or Lucas Drimmel and Travis McGowan. Discuss.
I know which I'd go for.
Well, we're going to go for Hancock and Travis.
Yeah. He's with me on that one.
Oh, you're in sync. They're going to go up against Lee Richardson and Sebastian Treasury. Lee, you're on your own over there. 2 against 1 now. What do you think?
I'm bringing in my assistant managers in a minute. I can't be getting ganged up on.
That's it. In comes Roscoe. In they all come now.
Oh, no, he's not in my house.
Give Roscoe a phone call.
Phone a friend.
I'll take a 3-3.
Okay, he's going to take it 3-3. Let's see if it's changed the fortunes for Spencer here. We got heat number 11 coming up your way. This is heat number 11.
Swindon on 29, Oxford.
Looks like Trev there. No, it's Greg on the outside. We need Greg to hit the dirt and go for it. Come on, Trev.
Yeah, I need Lee to make that start. Hug the curb.
Greg's made a good start. He's coming across. Pin him down, but Trev's been pinned in.
Come across from the outside to lead the way in fine style. Seb Treasury is in third. Travis
I think as expected there. It's that third place. Come on, Seb.
Come on, Greg.
Seb to sit there.
Hancock it is who still leads away. Treasury where he's still holding on to third place. Ahead of McGowan.
Yeah, I don't think Lee's going to catch Greg.
And Swindon, they will still trail.
I need Trav to get the outside of.
I was going to say, Seb, if he can hold on at the back there.
Get outside. Get in the outside run. Come on.
Been put under a lot of pressure by
Keep it on.
Close races in heat number 11. 2 races.
Greg's a very, very hard rider to pass.
Yeah, it's close though. Rico's really on him.
It's all over him, but I think Greg's got so much track craft. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's coming in.
Come on, Lee.
Greg. Oh, he's got him.
Come on, Lee.
Oh, what? I spoke too soon. I put the kiss of death on that.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, Greg's coming outside.
What a heat.
Oh, what a
And
heat.
at the back.
And what happened at the back? I missed that.
What did that end up? I think that was a 4-2 to you, wasn't it?
Wow, what a heat. Heat number 11 was there, and it was a 4-2 to the Oxford Cheetahs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was so close. I mean, Lee Richardson was unbelievable. He got under Greg there, and but fair enough to Greg, he stuck at it around the outside and just pipped him. I really thought Lee had that, but I'm so happy that we've got the 4-2 there.
That was 2 heats in one.
It
Yeah,
was
that
2
a good
heats in
race.
one. What a pass at the end, right on the line.
Right on the line.
Right on the line, pipped him.
There we go. Wow, you've brought it back a little bit closer now. You're only 2 points down now on aggregate. So Karen was certainly helping you there,
hot.
Spencer.
Yeah, don't let Karen back. Karen, get away.
All right then, heat number 12, sponsored by our great friends at the Speedway Chat Show. Of course, they did a great live stream last week at Plymouth. I was helping them out there as well, and that all went to plan, which was solid and really great. They do a great chat show as well for you guys out there that haven't seen it. Get on Facebook, the Speedway Chat Show. They've got all the guys on. They've had Greg Hancock, they've had Darcy Ward, Chris Holder, you name the names, they go on that chat show. So make sure you go over there and check those guys out. And of course, quick mention for Iwade Garage, our meeting sponsor tonight. Great friends of ours. Vehicle maintenance services, so get your MOTs done there if you're in the Iwade area. Thanks very much, guys, for supporting us. Heat number 12, and this time we're going over to Lee. It's your choice, A, B, C, or D.
We're going to go for B, please.
Going for B, 2006. And for the Swindon Robins, it is Adrian Mazinski and Thomas Chazanowski. And they're coming up against Lubos Tomacek and Eric Anderson. Spencer, I'm coming to you first. Lubos Tomacek, you know this guy really well. We've spoken about him before. This is crunch time. If he doesn't do it for you, are you going to be picking the phone up at the end here and having a go at him?
I'm going to ring him later. Down big. But just going back to Medinsky, I think he was really good for Swindon. My memory serves me right. And like I say, this is going to be a tough one. This go either way. But I'm predicting hopefully a 3-all here, but a best of 4-2.
Thinking about a 3-all there, Lee. How do you see this one going?
I'll be hugely disappointed if I don't get a heat advantage out of this one. Mazinski is very good for us. He was young at the time, but he's very, very good. And Thomas Janowski as well was a good rider on his day. So if he can make the start, I'd like to think we'll get a heat advantage here.
Can he make the start? Are Swindon going to get the heat advantage? Is it going to be a 3-all? Let's find out. This is heat number 12.
Here we go.
He comes out in yellow.
Yeah, got a Polish duo out here.
The home side then.
Going to be interesting.
For the visitors rather.
Yeah, the Poles can trap. Could be in business.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Into that first spin, the rider in blue
Oh,
is
they've got the front knee. Eric to come around the outside. Come on, Eric. Stay out there and gas it. Come on. Come on, Eric.
Where is
That's Thomas.
Mazinski? Well, he's back in third place at the moment.
Come on, Lubos. Pull your finger out.
Lubos Tomacek at the back.
Get under him, yes.
Oh, he's under him.
Lovely.
And in fact, he's been passed on the inside.
Lovely. I would have expected this, really, boys.
Smooth through in the second place.
5-1. Looking good for you, Lee.
Yeah, well, these two they're like a lot of them, like Seb Ulamek, another one. When they were on it, they were on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they've got this one, mate. That's for sure.
Yeah, looking quite good.
Big heat advantage for you.
Like we said earlier, I've had no bad luck yet, so there might be a chain drop somewhere. Hopefully not. Come on, boys. That's a lovely heat.
of the night. He leads going into the final lap from
Yeah,
Mazinski
looking good.
in second place.
Yeah,
Eric
it's me a
Anderson
5-1
going
to you,
score his
Lee.
first point
Yeah.
here
It's
this
been a lot of
evening.
trouble.
Lewis Tomczyk.
Yeah, that was a
at
good
the
pick.
back.
I'm happy with that pick.
It's a 5-1 then
Good pick,
for
Lee.
Swindon, and they now
It's funny when it doesn't go against, when it goes against you, you just think, who could I have
Training.
picked? Who else was that?
A brilliant home debut for him so far.
So 5-1 to the Swindon Robins then. 3 heats to go. Spencer, you kind of were pulling it back. Big 5-1 loss there. You're in the pits. Now what will you be telling your boys?
Wow, we really, trying to G them up and trying to tell them how important this next heat is. But it's my call, so pressure's on. So just hope I make the right call here. We need to pull something back here.
There we are. Let's see. He's starting to figure out how this virtual skid works. He knows that next one is his choice. He's picking this up pretty quickly, Lee.
I'll tell you what, heats 13 and 15 with Lee Adams are always a joy. So, let's cross their fingers.
Swindon, in those heats.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? When you think you've got Hancock in the mix there as well, and you've got some Todd Wiltshire hasn't been out for you yet.
I know, yeah.
Todd.
Got it.
No.
Well, let's find out. We're going to go into heat number 13, once again sponsored by Mark Cooper. He sponsored a heat earlier on. He's done this one as well. So thanks ever so much, Mark. Great to have you back on board with us for Virtual Skid. Heat number 13, Spencer, your choice, your pick, Swindon Riders or the Oxford Riders?
Oxford.
Sticking with his Oxford Riders. Here we go then. Heat number 13. You can have either Lucas Drimmel and Ryan Fisher, Greg Hancock and Tom P. Madsen, Billy Hamill and Greg Hancock, or Todd Wiltshire and Christoph Kasperzak.
I'm going for Billy and Greg.
A couple of world champions, they might do it for you. They know how to ride a bike. Lee, are you shaking?
I don't know. Tell me who I've got.
I don't think it could get any better than this for a heat. Lee Adams and Lee Richardson.
What a heat. What a heat.
Even back then, how many times would you get a heat like this when you're going into a heat 13 at a meeting? Billy Hamill, Greg Hancock against Lee Adams and Lee Richardson.
Worth the admission money alone, I bet.
What a race this is going to be.
What a race. And I tell you what a race it is for Mark Cooper to be sponsor of. Heat number 13. I think all eyes are going to be on this one. Let's go.
I really need these guys to come up trumps me, but what a...
Tell you what, I don't think it gets better than this. I'm excited.
With Lee off one, other Lee off.
Rico can make the start and keep him out there. Come on. Greg off the outside.
But out of the start, it is
what?
Lee Richardson who's moved through in the first place. Lee Adams is in second. Greg Hancock.
Come on, you Robbins.
Third with Hamill. Having almost won his last ride against Richardson.
Come on, you two ex-world champions. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
5-2 once again
Come on,
for the
Lee Adams.
Swindon
No.
Robins.
Rico's gone. He's out front. Lee Adams is sticking.
Yeah.
With a couple of races to go. They've certainly been made to fight hard.
Got Billy's pinned on the inside there.
He
needs to be outside. This is going to be another great heat advantage for you.
Yeah, I think so. Standard heats 13 back then for us were phenomenal. Always had Lee and another big hitter in there.
After his crash in heat number 13.
These two were a dream pairing, really.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
And
unbelievable.
winning races, that's exactly what he's doing.
Lee Adams didn't get many paid maximums. They were all, a lot of them were full, but when he got a paid one, he tended to earn it. He'd earn that second place.
Back in third.
But with someone like Lee Richardson, he's gone.
He's only going to score 2 points. Is another 5-2 for Swindon.
That's a big heat.
Another match-winning ride.
That's a big hit.
Big heat.
Adams and Richardson. Well done to the pair of them.
That's another 5-1 for the Swindon Robins. And then now is a 10-point gap between the two teams on aggregate for the last 2 races. So you kind of need 2 5-0s here. It's kind of not going to happen for you, let's be honest, is it?
No, it's damage limitation now. To say heat 14, we need a bit of luck. Hopefully we'll get it here and make the score a bit more respectable.
So, Lee, we were talking it could go either way, but it went your way.
Yeah, it could have easily gone the other way with Greg and Billy, that's for sure. But when Lee were on form around Swindon, just superb. So really happy with that. They might let me back in Swindon now.
Right, heat number 14, back to you, Lee. This one's sponsored by Hedgehog Racing, Barry's company there. All your racing gloves, boots, hats, whatever you need, just go and see Barry. We've seen pictures on social media of people doing their gardening in the gloves. They're multi-purpose, so get yourself some Hedgehog merchandise. So, heat number 14, Lee.
We've had no bad luck, and we've got an Oxford supporter sponsoring the heat. The writing's on the wall here. I'll go D.
He's going D. Right, Lee Richardson and Thomas Chesonowski. And they come up against Adam Skroniski, Lubos Tomacek.
I'm happy.
Spencer, it's not your night, is it?
My night, mate. You know, Swindon got so many big hitters. Lee's getting all the big hitters. Lee Richardson, Lee Adams, you know, that's... he's done well tonight to get those riders.
What I will say, though, Spencer, that on the last virtual skid when you guys did the first one, Lee was absolutely gutted to lose that meeting. We saw that towards the end. He was gutted to lose it. And it's kind of come back to him. So you're both feeling either side of the coin now?
We're both feeling both sides of the coin. We know how passionate we are about each club, you know, and it's gutting when your team loses. You know, we feel it.
Just before we head into the heat, once again, a big shout out to our team sponsors tonight. M&S, Van, Truck and Rentals, of course, pointed there by Lee. Big sponsors of the Swindon Robins, and Four Seasons Landscape and Gardening Maintenance sponsoring the Oxford Cheetahs tonight. So thanks, guys. Appreciate your support as always. Let's go then. Heat number 14. Let's hope it's a good one.
Heat number 10, and Eric Anderson will be replaced by Lucas
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with my pick here. These boys will be all right.
This one to claim the match. They'll be open for more than that, though. As
famous last words.
Gets underway. And into that first spin with the rider in blue. That is Krasnowski, who makes a good start. So Adam Roster.
Oh, it's Lubos. Right, come on, Lubos.
Done well there.
Come on, Lubos. Come on.
Just pack in, boys. Second and third. Oh, he's under him.
Shut him down.
Back on the inside, Tomacek it is.
Come on, Lubos.
Out in first place. Krasnowski giving chase down the back straight. Lee Richardson in third.
So what? Chesonowski's having a go.
At the back, you thought perhaps the race would have been between.
Having a go.
Thomas, keep that on, Thomas.
Oh, he's running the pack.
Come on, Thomas, around the outside. Oh, lovely. That's a move. Great move.
Thomas Krasnowski, well, he's showing his class there.
Rico tucked in the third.
Passed by Tomacek, but then was able to find a way back.
That was a great move.
That was a good move, yeah.
As he leads away,
great sweep round the balls there. Gets quite tight when you're coming out of four. I think the boys tend to drift out towards the fence, so it can be a little bit squeaky bum when it gets a bit tight, but
it's looking like a 4-2 to Swindon in the game.
Yeah, let's put it to bed.
Yeah, it's put it to bed now. But
confirmed it.
Third place goes to Lee Richardson.
Nice one.
What a great ride that was by.
There we are, a 4-2 to the Swindon Robins. 52 on the night, 32 with one heat to go. 93, 81 on aggregate. You wanted to keep it close, Spencer, but it's just not happening for you tonight, is it?
It's just not happening. You know, the bad luck we had earlier, engine failures, and that's the way it goes. You know, I knew it was always going to be a tough task going to Swindon, but you need a bit of luck on your side when you go to Swindon, and we clearly haven't had it this evening, but that's racing.
Well, the only bit of luck that you did have was when Karen Cummins sat by your side and she made the pick, and you. I think we should have swapped you guys over. Lee, great victory tonight. You've got to be pleased to be able to go back to Swindon.
They'll open the junction again for me now. I can get off the M4. Oh, they'll let me back in. Do you know what? It's difficult because I've got so much respect for Spence. I've got good friends with Spence. Go back a long way, obviously, because of Dad's as well. So I can't rub it in as much as I'd like to. If it's somebody else there, Spence, I'd be whooping and going for him.
Oh, thanks,
mate. Back just a little bit.
Well, we have got one heat to go. Heat number 15, once again sponsored by Elite Floors. And we spoke about Chad Wortsfield, young rider for the island, of course. But something that most people won't know is that he's actually a world silver medalist in long track. He rides long track as well, 250cc. He got that with his pairs under 18s rider Jake Mulford back in 2018. So there's a stat attack for you. Heat number 15, Spencer. We're going to change things around a bit. You can't win. I'm sorry to rub that in on you. Lee won't, but I will.
Limitation.
We're going to let you know all the riders now. So you get to choose. You can have whichever one you want. Okay, so heat number 15 then. Here's your pairings. Lee Adams and Lee Richardson going up against Greg Hancock and Travis McGowan, or Lee Adams and Sebastian Ulemek going up against Todd Wiltshire and Christoph Kasperzak, or Andy Smith and Lee Adams going up against Lucas Drimmel and Niels Christian Everson, Lee Richardson and Sebastian Alden going up against Greg Hancock and Travis McGowan.
I think I'll go for Trav and Greg against Alden and Lee Adams.
Right, so you're going for D. Right, okay, 2005. Yeah. So Lee Richardson, Sebastian Alden. Yeah. Lee, how do you think you're going to get on to finish the meeting here?
It's nice to hear Smudger and Seb Alden in 2 different Heat 15s there. It means they must have had good meetings to be in there. So, yeah, I'm not too worried because they must have been on fire that night to get a Heat 15 spot. So, yeah, I'm good.
And Spencer?
Well, Greg and Trav used to ride very well together, sort of, but they're up against tough opposition. And like Lee just said, Seb Alden must have had a good meeting to make Heat 15. So, yeah, I'll settle for a 3-all here.
Well, you settle for a 3-all. Let's find out. This is the last heat then of the 2-leg meeting here. We've had 29 fantastic heats of Speedway between these two clubs. We've got one more coming your way. Let's go for it then. Eyes down. Heat 15.
Way to end his meeting. Seb Alden then gets an extra ride, 9 points with 5 rides he's scored. What can he do in the final race?
Here we go.
Lee Richardson get his 5 ride maximum, and when it looks as if he may be able to, because he leads the way down the back straight. Hancock is in second. Alden doing well. He's keeping McGowan behind him at the moment. It's a 4-2 to finish with for Swindon. Well, it remains
must have had a cracking meeting to get him 15, that's for sure.
Place from Hancock in second.
He's having a go on, Seb.
He's trying to
having a go around Greg there.
Champion Greg Hancock.
Travis to come up, but
try and get past.
Can't see it, to be honest.
Yeah, we always thought Seb Alden could have achieved more than he did, really, because he was a cracking rider.
He's seen some cracking meetings at Swindon.
Yeah, he was good.
Really good.
And then he came back in 2012 when we won the league. And,
yeah, that's a big surprise.
It was great for us towards the end of the season.
Alden in third with McGowan. He's still tailing
from Lee.
And he
Say again?
rest on his laurels. Here comes
what happened to Seb Alden? Did he sort of, there's a move up on the inside?
Yeah, he's done him. Go on, Seb, get him back. Oh, unlucky. Against that opposition.
It's a bit of lift, a good race.
3-3.
3. Well, a bit of luck there makes it a bit more respectable.
3-3. Well done, Spence.
Well, there we have it. That's Heat 15. 30 heats of brilliant speedway over the 2 legs, a 3-all. And the final results is 55 to the Swindon Robins, 35 to Oxford. And the big important score, 97 to Swindon, who win over Oxford, who had 84 points. Guys, another fantastic virtual skid. Lee, you are smiling. That's it. That's what you wanted.
Happy with that. I always felt it was 8 points wasn't a lot, really, when I knew the strength of the teams we had at home in those days. You know, there's always big hitters that come out. So I'm happy I've turned that round. But commiseration, Spence.
No worries. Congratulations, Lee. Yeah, well done.
That was good. Really enjoyable.
Very dignified, Spencer. You're holding yourself in quite nicely.
Yeah, I'm hurting. Don't get me wrong, I'm hurting. You know, it's a lot of respect for Lee and for Swindon. There's some great days, some great racing. It's always great to have the 2 teams riding together. And yeah, so I know how it feels to win. You know, escalation for Lee and commiserations for me. But yeah.
Thanks to ReRun Productions, we've been able to bring you these great heats tonight and bring back and witness some of those awesome races from yesteryear. That's it from me. I'm for the off. We're going to bring Barry back in from the Premier chat room, and he's going to have a roundup and a conclusion with you guys. Thanks for your time, guys, and I'll hand you over to Barry.
Hello, guys. Spencer, do you know what it's like to be let down by one of your heroes?
It's terrible, isn't it? You know, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hey.
That's the way it crumbles.
Yeah.
Here's the list. You don't know how many times I was shouting at you to pick another one when you knew the numbers.
Oh, hey.
You know, come on. But hey,
You go for Greg and Billy, you think, that's a big area to let you down. Greg has a engine failure,
And when Greg stopped at the start, you'd never pick that.
And the one thing that I'm learning from doing virtual skid is always expect the unexpected.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But when you see them when they're racing week in, week out, they win all the time. But Lee was beaten one time tonight, and you wouldn't have expected that. No. And you just don't see it. It's brilliant, brilliant. Absolutely loved it. And the most interesting thing for me at the start, heats 1 to 7, Lee was like, "Yeah, D, I'll take D." Spencer was like, "Yeah, A, yeah, I'll have A, yeah, A." Got to heat 13, and it was, "Yeah, C, I'll take C this time." And Lee was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." The contrast in character is just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. My email account is open for requests of a rematch of a home and away. If you two want to take on each other again, because it is such good fun and it's such pressure. I'm sure there's something that we can do somewhere along the line because the Oxford fans love it, Swindon fans love it, and we love it as well. So that's the most important thing. Yeah, anyway, fabulous. So how was it for you, Lee, this time?
I was good. You're still nervous because you're always thinking, and what you can't do is when you get a rider who you kind of knew but then didn't do it, you can't go. You kind of have to go. He's going to get a point. He's going to get a point. He's in there. To be fair, Andy Moore and Andy Smith, that heat where I got a 5-1.
Yep.
That was the game changer. That was the game changer. And Spence said he should have been excluded, but he shouldn't. That was first Ben bunching all day long.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that in slow mo. That heat.
Well, he went straight, Spencer. Don't forget, I'm an Oxford fan. He went straight. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But it's brilliant. Really, really enjoyable.
I wonder which Swindon-based referee that was.
I don't think there are any of them.
No, it was totally brilliant. I just want to thank you both for doing it. How does it feel this time, Spencer, to be on the receiving end?
Oh, no, I've been on the winning side for weeks. I enjoyed that winning streak, and now it's ended. So I'll let you know how it feels when I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling wounded, actually.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain as well. I reckon I'll have an email from Spencer in about 45 minutes saying rematch and make it in 2 weeks. I can't suffer that long.
Yeah. And he'll have Karen as his assistant manager there permanently.
Exactly.
Yeah, Karen's there.
Brilliant. No, it was excellent, and I just want to thank you both very much for doing it twice now. Of course, Swindon sponsors M&S Van Hire, Mike and his team up there. He helps us out as well on the island. He's a great guy. And 4 Seasons landscaping, garden maintenance. Again, Matt, he came down to the Isle of Wight there on when Oxford rode it on the island. Huge Oxford fan base, still active, still want the stadium back, as we all do, and we fully support that, of course. So it just leaves me with one thing to do, and that's to thank the brilliant Andy Haig. The amount of work that he puts into it. I show everybody every week what he sends me. He does all this paperwork. I tick the boxes. He sends all this stuff through to me. Even tells me what I've got to read out for the quiz and stuff. So, he just turns me into a machine. He's brilliant. And without him, it wouldn't be possible. And without our sponsors, it wouldn't be possible too. And so a big round of applause for Andy and Ian Groves, who does all of our graphics and so on. But the final thing I've got to say, Spencer.
You haven't forgotten yourself.
Oh, yeah, I just love it.
Thank yourself as well, mate.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I love all things Speedway, really, and this is just part of the whole picture. It's just brilliant. But the sad news I've got to tell you, Spencer, is the final sum up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you went down 97-83 for Swindon Robins. Have you noticed that's the saddest announcement I've ever made for the final score? Even when the Warriors have been beaten. But guys,
it's painful, isn't it? It hurt.
It is. And I actually think, by the way, I'm in the worst position of all of you because you don't know what you're going for. I absolutely know what you're going for, and I'm trying to telepathically send you a message just saying, "Hey, hey. And when you say D, do you know how deflating that is? You know,
I didn't think there were many ways to. I didn't think there was many ways to improve the product, Barry. But when Oxford are on again, if they are, a camera on you would be magic.
Yeah,
yeah,
magic,
the silent one.
Yeah.
I scream, and you know, I'm screaming at it. I'm laughing at it because it's so funny. Some of the comments that get said, it's just brilliant, and the facial expressions when they change throughout a race. And Spencer with, I've had another engine failure. I've had 2 engine failures tonight. Spencer, that was 17 years ago.
Do you know? I find myself.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Feels like
I'm doing this.
Yeah,
I'm all over the place.
Riding every race.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Anyway, so of course that sums up Virtual Skid 12. Thanks to Iwade Garage.
It only feels like yesterday. I can't believe it's that long ago. You know. It
I know.
doesn't feel real. That's that long ago, mate. To be fair.
The meetings tonight were where's my sheet from 2004, 5, and 6. So yeah, it does feel yesterday, but of course it's not, and we move forward.
Yeah, it does.
Whilst looking and joining backwards, we always look forward, and it's brilliant. The stuff
look forward.
Was done at Plymouth last Tuesday ago. What they did there for the streaming, that was fantastic, and Speedway has to change a little bit to come to that for the future, I think. But it's all about the show, and the show at that stage was the Speedway on the track. Now we've got to make it a bit bigger, I think, in my view. Anyway, so that's the end of Virtual Skid 12. Thanks again to Iwade Garage. We'll be back next week for Virtual Skid 13. Again, thanks to Iwade Garage. And that's between Eastbourne and Coventry. So that's going to be another cracker. And there's some superstars in that meeting. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And Spencer, I'll expect the call in about 10 minutes for the rematch, yeah?
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Take care. Thank you.
Well done, Spence. Well done, Barry.
Thanks,
Thanks, Andy.